on KPIX.com. This is the 2019 San Francisco Pride Parade, celebrating generations of resistance.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to live coverage of the 49th San Francisco Pride Parade.
Market Street is coming alive, celebrating generations of resistance in the LGBTQ community.
And, of course, KPIX 5 once again proud to bring you this year's celebration. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ken Bastida.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook, and we are joined by some very familiar faces, Donna Sachet and Michelle Meow. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. We are so lucky to have you with us.
Thrilled to be here.
It's so exciting. If I could just take a couple seconds to thank you all and the CBS production family and get a little bit emotional. This is a dream come true. Donna and I have been doing this for over a decade together and have seen the different iterations of it, and to have a network television company come out, turn the rainbow coveted eye with LGBTQ colors, the rainbow colors. Gilbert Baker would be super proud.
He would.
We're super
That's
proud to be
awesome.
here with you.
Where else would we be on a Sunday morning, right?
That's right.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're pulling out all the stops this year to show off this year's parade. We have 2 cameras over Market Street. We have more at street level with our reporters on the ground, Liam Maitland, Jackie Ward, 2 of the best. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Good morning.
So happy to be here back for our second year doing this
I
together.
know, thrilled to be here. We'll be covering all the action on the ground right here on Market Street.
Right, and the action's already started. We got Chopper 5 live over the city.
And later we'll also take you live on board the KPIX 5 double-decker bus as we make our way down Market for a street view of the parade.
And throughout the day, we'll take you to Celebration Plaza, where hundreds of thousands of people will gather to watch SF Pride's act take the stage. Are setting up right now. This year's headliners, Pablo Vittar and Amara La Negra.
Hear the roar, and wherever you are watching us from, send us your Pride photos. Use the hashtag KPIX and tell us where you're watching from, whether you're here on Market Street or wherever you are around the country or around the world. Hashtag KPIX. Let's get this started. Woo! That roar you hear behind us is SF Dykes on Bikes. We're told there are over 300 participants this year. This is the 43rd year in a row.
That is amazing.
That they participated in this parade.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is not the San Francisco Pride Parade without the Dykes on Bikes kicking it off. You can never, ever move it. It can never change. That is tradition. That is what we're proud of.
That is so cool because there's scooters, there's Harleys, there's big giant trikes, there's all kinds of motorcycles. And, you know, they're from all over as well. Portland, Oregon, Monterey, California, from as far away, believe it or not, folks, from Australia, New Zealand, even England, they came across the pond. That's how big this event is today.
Yeah, and a lot of legacy. Unfortunately, last year, one of the founding members, Sunny Wolf, passed away, and she started riding with Dykes on Bikes back in 1978. She was a proud veteran of the U.S. Air Force, a mentor and steadfast leader, of course, in the LGBT community, and in 2016 was sainted by the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I'm sure that many of these ladies are riding in her memory today.
Yep. It's still very emotional that we lost Sunny, and so, you know, I just saw Kate, who's on the board for Dykes on Bikes, and to see each other and look at each other in the eye, we miss Sunny very much. We know what Sunny meant to us in our community, and to know that they had fought for this. Like, Dykes on Bikes is trademarked. It can never go away. It's part of our community, and that's what Sunny did for us. Yeah.
You know, I can remember Dykes on Bikes a dozen or more years ago, and there were probably less than 20 bikes out there. And look at it now. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of participants They open up the parade, and man, they do it with a roar, don't they?
Oh my goodness!
And you're talking
what
about the
a
diversity of the
spectacle.
bikes. Look at the diversity of the people. I mean,
Yes.
they're just all ages, all types, all costumes. They're just having the time of their lives.
So cool.
Let's just watch a little bit and see all the people that are participating. What a spectacle! How fun!
You know, if you're watching this, wherever you are, around the Bay Area, around the world, let us know what you think of it. Let us know. We want to hear from you and where you are and how you're enjoying this. You can get us on KPIX.com.
KPIX.com. You can watch us live streaming right now. And, of course, share your photos. Hashtag KPIX.
Absolutely. Send us your photos if you're along the parade route or sitting at home watching or whatever. Love to hear
Absolutely.
from you.
I'm curious, have you ever been on a motorcycle?
Long time ago, but I would trust these guys. I definitely would go on one of their bikes. Actually, it was funny. I was speaking with one of our editors who participates in the Pride Parade every year, and she was saying she got to ride on one of the motorcycles a couple years ago. She said it was the most thrilling thing she's ever done. It was pretty neat.
I did a sidecar one time. A friend of mine said, let's put you in the sidecar. It was so fun.
Oh, I bet.
Very cool.
This would
Very
be the
cool.
place to do it, for
Yeah.
sure.
So Dykes, one day I have to ride. You know, Dykes
Yes.
on Bikes is a lot to be proud of. One of the things I should say is
All right, you know,
the name is about reclaiming space in our community and in the world.
yeah, I've got to turn up my IFB here in my headset because there's a little bit of motorcycle noise behind me. But
That's
You
good.
can't turn
that's
that
a great,
down.
it's
so.
a great sound.
It's a great way to kick it off.
It's that roar you hear at the beginning of the parade. You know they're coming, and man, what an amazing contingent.
And I think we'll see this throughout the parade. When you take a word and you change it, you own it. Like, you know, Dykes was a pejorative, and they own that word now. Dykes on Bikes are very proud of that. I love that.
And they have events throughout the weekend as well. It's not just this is
Throughout the year.
Throughout the year. And then I was surprised to hear how many people came in from all over the world just to ride in this parade, to be a part of Dykes on Bikes.
Well, that's back to what San Francisco means to the world. We're the starting place of so many of these things, and that was the first Dykes on Bikes contingent was in San Francisco. The flag started here that you see up and down Market. Gilbert
Sure.
Baker lived here. He created that flag, and that's all over the world.
Now it's iconic as well. Yeah, we're going to check in with Liam Makelum, who's down on the street right now, right in the middle of it. Liam?
Yes, I'm here with a proud dad, and you brought your daughter with you. Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
First Pride?
Yes.
Thoughts so far?
It's super fun. I feel very welcomed here.
How much of you wanted to jump on one of those bikes with the Dykes on Bikes?
Like 100%.
Yeah.
And Dad, for you to be here with your daughter today means what?
It's absolutely amazing. The experience, getting to share this with them, couldn't be prouder.
This isn't your first rodeo, is it?
Definitely not my first rodeo.
Enjoy. One more. Let's see. Where are you guys from?
Oregon.
Oregon, all the way from Oregon for this today. Your first San Francisco Pride?
Uh-huh.
Thoughts so far?
It's really cool. All the people look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, listen, you're dressed for the occasion. Have a wonderful time. You've got the best seat right here. Standing position for sure. Back to you guys.
It's wonderful to hear about the people who come from all over the country just to be here and experience this,
And
because
there are
it really
people,
is.
it's their first parade. That amazes me. You
Yeah.
think we've all been to so many, I've been to so many, but they're first timers, and they are so excited. It's fun to watch.
And for you, both of you ladies, you've been coming to so many of these over the years. It must be amazing for you to see how it's grown. And you see all different types of people wanting to come and experience Pride.
Well, and to see the level of professionalism. This is the first telecast parade in the country, isn't it?
San Francisco Pride, yes, the parade broadcast, it started here in San Francisco, and to see it now become the first nationally syndicated broadcast, like, that's amazing. That's something worthy of, like, falling on the floor and
We love
crying
firsts.
about to dream come
Right.
true.
Wow.
But it's people like Ken who's sitting here for the first time attending their very first gay pride parade coverage,
Yeah.
and being proud of it, that makes us also very
I've
cheery
seen the
and proud.
parade, of course, you know, and covered it, but never sat up here with such a distinguished group of ladies and actually talked about, you know, what's going on and just the kind of the immensity of the event. And I do remember, I go back far enough, probably more than all of you, to those days when, you know, it was a thing, but it wasn't a monster like it is now. And, you know, from the looks of it, I think the young lady summed it up well. You look in this crowd, you see a lot of smiles. Guy with the dog, you know, the people on the side and the waving and the flag and what all that means and what all that, you know, represents. And
Right.
yeah, there is resistance and that's important, but still, I think without getting too creepy and corny, it's about love.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, speaking of love, Jackie Ward is on the street. We'll get back to you ladies in just a minute. But Jackie Ward, we have her. She's speaking with somebody on the street level in the parade. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, hey, Liz. You know what I love about this is that it brings people from all over the country and the world here. We have someone visiting from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tell me why you wanted to be here today.
I wanted to be here to be with my friends and most definitely to see the outrageous show.
Outrage is a perfect word. Have you ever been to the San Francisco Pride
Yeah,
Parade?
years ago. I was there every year. I used to live here years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you love about it?
San Francisco?
In general, Pride,
It's picturesque. It's the diversity, the food, the culture, the operas. You name it, I love it.
Yeah, this parade really brings people together, too.
It does, and that's what I love about San Francisco.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Happy Pride. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. And yeah, people coming here from all over, they're the smiles that I was talking about, you know. And then I think that really, it kind of reminds me of the old days, the old hippie days in the city where people got together, they partied, it was then an anti-war thing, but it was more of a culture thing. It was really an amazing get-together and event and be in, and that's what this is to me.
Well, speaking of the history of this parade, Joe Vasquez talks a little bit about the generations of resistance, and he looks back at really where this parade was 45 years ago and how it started. Let's take a listen.
San Francisco is packed with pioneering moments. The world's first cable car was invented here. And some of the most historic firsts came with the LGBTQ community. The Stonewall Inn in New York, site of the 1969 riots that launched the gay rights movement. But the first recorded uprising actually began 3 years earlier in San Francisco.
In August of 1966, there was a riot at Compton Cafeteria in the Tenderloin.
Gene Compton's Cafeteria on Taylor and Turk, one of the few places in the city where the trans community, especially trans women, could publicly gather. In 1966, on a hot August night, a cop began to harass one of the customers.
She ended up throwing her coffee in his face, and that started a 3 or 4 day riot.
It became known as the Compton Cafeteria Riot, and it's the first known instance of LGBTQ resistance against police violence. In 2013, at Grace Cathedral, the event of the season, a funeral for a drag queen. Packed with politicians and fellow queens, they came to honor the Empress of San Francisco, pioneering gay activist Jose Sarria.
Jose was the Rosa Parks of the gay rights movement.
He was a diva, but he was a diva who cared about other people and not just himself.
In 1961, Sarria made history. He became the first openly gay candidate for public office in the United States when he ran for the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Sarria lost. In 1977, Harvey Milk won.
Harvey became the first LGBT elected official in California and was able to really let us see ourselves in a position of power.
But then, devastation by a mysterious disease. The earliest days of the AIDS epidemic stoked widespread fear and ravaged the gay community.
These were my friends who were dying.
There was terrible fear and talk of quarantines.
With AIDS hysteria gripping the nation, another first. San Francisco General created the nation's first AIDS ward. It became the model for compassionate care.
A safe haven, a place of love, a place of no judgment.
A 7-Up for room 3.
Rita Rocket volunteered in the AIDS ward. She served Sunday brunch to patients and their loved ones.
What we did was bring to light food for the soul.
Another first began with what some in LGBTQ circles called an act of betrayal.
This has been a time.
In 1996, then-President Bill Clinton signed the Defense of Marriage Act. It defined marriage as a legal union of one man and one woman.
Which basically was the first federal legislation actively discriminating against our community. And in response, with a couple of friends, we drafted the Equal Benefits Ordinance.
The Equal Benefits Ordinance passed. Bottom line, if you wanted to do business with the city, the benefits you gave to straight married couples, you also had to give to same-sex couples. Thousands of companies complied.
And it dramatically changed the conversation between corporate America and the courts on same-sex marriage.
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Same-sex marriage. In 2004, under the direction of then-Mayor Gavin Newsom, city and county officials defied California law and began issuing wedding licenses to same-sex couples, the first in the state.
I would specifically ask our photographers, pan the line. You got to show the line.
Former KPIX reporter Hank Plant said the line outside of City Hall defied stereotypes.
These aren't drag queens. these aren't people in leather. You know, this looks like they're overweight. They don't even go to the gym. This is what America looks like.
Another first, the rainbow flag, created right here in San Francisco.
Now a global symbol of our movement.
The flag was originally devised by San Francisco artist, the late Gilbert Baker.
That's the point of a rainbow. It's all the colors.
It is the flag of a peaceful, loving people.
And San Francisco has set a goal for another historic first, a program called Getting to Zero. That means no new infections or deaths caused by HIV. In San Francisco, Joe Vasquez, KPIX 5.
And you know, before we move on to Liam Makelem and the Resistance Committee down there, we want to really point out that Hank Plant, our journalist, colleague and buddy, who's really, really instrumental in bringing that whole disease AIDS to life. He won a Peabody for it, justly deserved. Hank, thank you so much.
And he's a part of a documentary that's out right now, I believe, and also a feature film. So now we have the SF Board of Directors with the Resistance contingent. We're told there are about 500 participants in this group. Liam Makelem is down on the parade route. Hey, Liam.
Guys, I'm here with Glamda the Fabulous. Glamda, you are resisting someone on your handbag.
It's just somebody, you know.
It's just somebody.
Somebody, you know, insignificant.
I hate to be shallow, but who are you wearing today?
I am wearing Glamda. I made my IKEA, actually. These are IKEA bags, pride bags.
Oh my word, IKEA bags made into a flawless, fabulous rainbow dress. Glamda, the Fabulous, and the Pride board right here. Right next door is Bruce. Hi Bruce, how you doing?
Hi Liam.
What a day. Here we are at the beginning of the parade right behind Dykes and Bikes. The resistance continues, right?
Yes, it continues every day, and we should be working on it every day. And that's why I'm holding a banner with the image of Angela Davis, a lesbian prison abolitionist. Love this woman.
So we've come a long way, but there's a lot of work to be done, right?
Yeah.
On this day, I know you've got a long walk ahead of you, but what does this mean to you to be here front and center in one of the biggest pride parades in the world?
Any voices that are normally represented. That's what our contingent is about.
We thank you for being here. Enjoy this day. Keep resisting.
Thank you, Liam. I want to take it over now to Donna and Michelle. What does this mean, this contingent, this resistance contingent? How significant is that?
Well, the resistance contingent was formed by the board of directors of San Francisco Pride, and I was part of the group that had formed this, and it was in response to the new administration that had taken over. We started this in 2017, and so once the president was inaugurated, it was formed to protest the administration who has rolled back LGBTQ rights, transgender rights to be very specific, and banning transgender military members, and also rolling back on even language in federal policies that erase transgender from their rule books. And you know, a lot of LGBTQ families are impacted. LGBTQ people who are part of the immigration ban are impacted. I mean, all of these issues that have impacted our communities, that's why this resistance contingent was formed.
And it really harkens back to the beginning of the parade. It was not just a celebration. Right. It was truly a resistance against police brutality, against discrimination, against making us marginalized citizens. So it harkens back to that. I think it's very important to start the parade with that and celebrate later.
And Michelle, you've been on the Pride Committee for many years. You were president for 3 years. This first year you kind of have a year off to just enjoy and not have to work so much. But it's been important for the committee, though, to keep the integrity of what this parade was supposed to be about. There is this element of just celebration and joy, but you also want to keep a little bit of the protesting as well, because that's the integrity of what it's supposed to be about.
Absolutely. I mean, 50 years of Stonewall. We're looking back. We're celebrating the 50th year anniversary of Stonewall, which was the liberating moment, the liberation movement for the LGBTQ community. And we won't ever forget. We still celebrate, but there's still so much work to be done. Mm-hmm. And that's still alive here, the spirit of it in the parade. And that's what the whole thing is about. It's a platform for the freedom of expression, a place in which we can talk about the issues that matter to us, and a place in which it starts with the opportunity for change.
And this theme came from a member of the Pride organization who suggested it as a theme. And it's going to be a 3-year theme. Last year was Generations of...
Sorry, I'm great.
This year's Generations of Resistance. And next year will be Generations of Hope.
Yes.
So it's a 3-year theme.
Yeah.
And I think it's powerful. and that was Larry Nelson.
Yeah. Let's get back to Liam Makelum. He's on the parade route with a new contingent. Hey, Liam.
Yeah, I'm with the president of the Pride Board, Jacqueline Bishop. Jacqueline, this day has come, a year in the planning, generations of resistance. It is on. Sum up this day for us.
Well, it's really about representing all the colors of the rainbows. Black Lives Matter. We have to protect our trans brothers and sisters and siblings. We need to look out for each other and look to those who are not receiving justice and get those for them.
And the mood today, on this day, 49 years on since the first Pride Parade here?
It's incredible. Living in joy is also an act of resistance for the LGBTQ community. So we're happy, we're angry, we want to be seen, and we're doing that now.
I have a feeling you will be seen in this outfit.
I will be seen.
Thank you, president of the board. Go catch up with your group.
That is awesome. Thank you, Liam. We talk about how this has become not only a West Coast and San Francisco thing, it is a national thing as well. We have viewers in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We want to shout out to Scranton, PA. Obviously, the office is closed today, so they can get out and watch this thing.
Michael Scott might be watching.
Yeah, so appreciative to have you guys on board our live streaming. Thank you so much for that. I'm seeing no lack of enthusiasm with this crowd behind me.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be enjoying exactly what they're doing here. Jackie Ward is down on the street as well. Jackie, what do you see?
Yeah, hi. Well, a lot of just happy people. It's a beautiful day. Bridget is out here. Bridget, what group are you part of?
I'm part of the Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club. Actually, my daughter is on the board.
Very cool. And the SFO just opening the first terminal to honor a gay icon like Harvey Milk. What is that like to you?
It's very exciting, very happy, and just here to celebrate today.
Yeah, why did you want to make sure you were part of it?
Well, I'm very proud of my daughter. She's a transgender woman, and she's gone through a lot to share her experience with the world and make her mark, and I'm here to support her.
I love that. Happy Pride. Thanks for doing this.
Boy, there's a name, huh? Harvey Milk in this city. That's stamped in concrete, and it's never going to go away. I had a chance to interview Harvey several times in my early career and his early career as a politician, and he was one of those magnetic guys that just, we spoke to him, he looked you directly in the eye and he talked to you, and you felt like it was coming from his heart, everything he was saying. And what an amazing individual.
Yeah, there's been a lot of amazing icons, both.
Let's listen to some of the cheers, because I'll tell you what they're all about. When Harvey was building for his run for office, he said, I can't be just the gay community. I've got to work with unions. I've got to work with the elderly. I've got to work with other people who are disenfranchised. And that's what we continue to do now. You'll see some of the unions here, some of the others who have had success with protests. So we teach each other, we learn. This is new. I haven't seen these banners like that. Very pretty.
Yeah, there are people here from Union 2. These are unions represented here in San Francisco. And signs like, one job is not enough. And we look around, and that is the plight of so many people now trying to get by, especially in the Bay Area where it costs a lot of money to live, let's face it.
No question. And, we have an election coming up. Obviously, that's sort of top of mind as the election season
I wonder if there'll be any politicians in the parade.
Maybe a couple. I don't know. This might be a good place to get your name out there, no question.
So, a sign there, the Gaglers. Let's talk about that for a second. What is the Gaglers?
The Gaglers, they are LGBTQ employees, or it's an employee resource group, an LGBTQ employee resource group of Google.
Okay.
So they're the Gaglers.
And they don't mind that name, do they? They came up with it, right?
They came up with it. They came up with it. And so it looks like we're still on the Board of Directors Resistance Contingent. There are over 500 participants in this contingent, so there are several groups who are marching with the board.
And this is important that we have a motorized cable car. Everybody can be in the parade. If you are not mobile, there are these motorized cable cars and other ways we help those people be a part of the parade.
And an iconic way to see the city in a cable car, no question.
Get back to Liam Makelum, who's down on the street with more. Liam?
Hi, guys. It is a family affair here today. We have Dave and Dana, Mom and Dad, What brought you here today?
We are very involved in our community.
Yeah, we've been involved in the LGBTQ plus community for a number of years with a number of different organizations. This is actually my 4th San Francisco Pride. We've also marched in Sacramento Pride together as a family. And our daughter is with us today. It's her first San Francisco Pride. She's getting the full experience and really loving it.
Well, I have to tell you, I just came here for what the sign says. Mum and Dad give hugs. Just hug it out.
Hug it out.
Ah.
Love.
You were talking about love before.
Back to love. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next contingent is the Lighthouse for the Blind and Visually Impaired Disabled contingent. There are 100 participants, and this group was actually founded in 1902, and it promotes the independence, equality, and self-reliance of people who are blind or have low vision.
Pretty amazing. Lighthouse headquarters uses innovative lighting and architectural design features to set a new standard of universal design for people with all levels of eyesight. They have been around forever, and they do such good work. And it's amazing, you know, the amount of people that they've helped over the years.
It is. Their motto is be seen, be proud, be you. And they certainly are today, no question.
And they're behind us right now.
Here comes one of our first Grand Marshals in the parade.
Wonderful.
It's exciting. It's Lifetime Achievement Grand Marshal. You have an interview with her there. It's Donna Persona. She is actually, she was at the Compton Cafeteria riots. She knows the people that were there. She's part of that
Parade
history
on this day.
and wrote a play about it that's being staged now. So let's hear from her a little bit. Liam, are you with Donna?
Validation to heroes for gay liberation through the generations, 5 generations ago. That's what it means to me. I'm bringing those people here today. That's what it means to me the most.
And the wonderful thing is your story is being shared with a new generation, so they will know you. They'll know your legacy.
I hope they do, because we are nothing if we don't know what happened yesterday, in my estimation. Yes, so no, I'm very happy to do that.
Well, we love you. We celebrate you. Thank you for all you've done for all those who will come behind you.
Oh, thank you so much. And you know, I love you, and I love all humans. I'm a humanitarian.
Enjoy the rest of your day, my love. Thank you so much.
And
Donna Persona forever, yes.
That's the other Donna, Liam.
I'm just guessing that BMW would have sold a lot of those if they had painted that hood with the rainbow colors. It'd have sold out of that convertible.
It would have been a
Went
trend.
Anywhere.
Our next contingent is Open House. There's 150 participants. This enables San Francisco LGBT seniors to overcome the unique challenges they face as they age by providing housing and direct serves and community programs.
It's the first housing directly for that community, which is great. Another first in San Francisco.
Right. They're opening a new senior center in the fall, so good for them. Good for them.
Oh, got a little music going on here. And Jackie Ward is on the parade route with another participant. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, here we go. They were like, should we stop chanting? I said, absolutely not. Make it louder.
Seniors are the reason we're here, still here.
Why did you want to be here today, Helen?
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Good. Why did you want to be a part of this today?
Oh, I love supporting seniors and LGBT community. We're part of Unlock, so I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely. What's your favorite part about Pride?
I think all the people and energy, right?
Yeah, it's infectious.
All the love that goes out to everybody in the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Open House, one of my favorite organizations in San Francisco who are doing so much for LGBTQ seniors. Karen Skaltetti is the executive director, and what she's really done, especially this year, is partner with organizations like Unlock, who have served the senior community for over 40 years, right? And having an inclusive and intersectional approach to aging. It's very difficult to think about LGBTQ seniors aging as in, only resources for LGBTQ seniors are over here in this corner, but we forget that LGBTQ people are Asian American LGBTQ, Latinx and LGBTQ, and we got to start thinking about aging in this way.
And statistics were showing that elderly people that went into any kind of assisted care were going back in the closet. They couldn't be out in that situation, so it's welcoming housing.
All right, we want to make sure we get to see Miss Vera with Vera Sphere. She is
You ready for some
Lifetime
color? This is
Achievement
colorful.
Grand Marshal, yes. Every color of the rainbow is in this one.
And when you look at the outfits, just imagine what they are made out of. Many times it's trash, like straws and boxes and glitter and.
It's wonderful. The
Vera Sphere,
creativity
they call it.
is spectacular.
I was asking her when she was at an event, the press event, do you ever get tired of putting all that on? She said, it's for them. I never get tired of it.
Oh, what a feast for the eyes. Unbelievable.
That's all part of the theme, though. As Donna had mentioned, you know, we did the gradual 3-year theme, generations of, leading up to 2020, Generations of Hope. Many of us have been marching, have been a part of the community, right, since our coming of age, our coming out. And so this is who we are. All the costumes and the partying, but the resistance and the fighting back. We just are happy to do it every year.
That image. Oh, that's the parade.
That's pretty cool.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, a little bit of Mardi Gras, a little bit of Pride, and whatever else you want to throw in the mix. Liam Makelum, tell us more about it.
Well, you know, I'm here with the second dressed person at Pride after Donna Sachet. Vera, Community Grand Marshal, congratulations. I hope you're owning this day, because you have earned it.
Oh, thank you so much. It's amazing. It's a contingent twice as big as we've ever done in the past. We've been doing it for a quarter of a century, and I mean, just look at the crowd. They love it. It's such a rewarding experience to be here.
It would be silly to ask me who you are wearing.
I'm wearing me. I'm wearing all the crayons in the box. There's nothing left.
You know, I went to my crayon box this morning. It was bare.
Yeah, I was there last night. I got it. I cleaned you out.
But you are not. Enjoy this Pride Parade, and thank you for
Happy
everything.
Pride. Happy Pride, everyone.
And
never
thanks for
throw
the
anything
ride.
away.
Never.
Can I just say, yes, one thing.
All along,
All right.
cancer, AIDS,
The only thing-
oppression, and everything. Take a chance. Turn up. Show up. Do your best.
I think there's a politician in the
let's,
parade. What do you think?
We're making history right here in San Francisco right now. Ken, who's here?
Well, you know, the name says it all, right? We call her in the news business number 3, right? That's our first female Speaker of the House, of course, homegrown Nancy Pelosi. She led the fight for a fully inclusive hate crimes bill, repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. She's been a staunch advocate for marriage equality in Congress, and she is, up to her eyeballs in Washington right now, battling for, what she believes to be the right way to do it.
And you know what we call her in the LGBTQ community? A friend.
There you
She's
go.
been with us from the very beginning. Her first speech in Congress was to bring AIDS to the forefront and have legislation to help people that are suffering. We love her.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, when she first did that, I mean, she wasn't getting a lot of support, so it took a lot of courage.
Junior congressperson, yes.
Yep.
And Jackie is with Representative Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. Hi, Jackie.
Speaker Pelosi, how are you? Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Talk to me about why you wanted to be here today.
Well, because I'm always here. The Pride Parade is a source of love and happiness for all of us. And it's just a joy to be with our constituents in a way where we're unified about respect and pride we take in our LGBTQ community.
Some of that community feels like Washington. Some of them feel like Washington is falling behind, going backwards.
Yeah.
And how are you helping things move forward?
Happy Pride. I was going to express something.
Now, I said it earlier, we're making history here in San Francisco by having the House Speaker here with us. This is the first time that there's a House Speaker marching with us in the San Francisco Pride Parade.
She's been in the parade many times, but not as the House Speaker.
The position in itself.
She had it, and then she lost it, and then she took it back. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. I don't think that's
And I
ever
love
happened.
she's here with kids on the car. Remember when the kids grabbed the gavel when she was preaching about?
Well, look at the gavel now. It's in the rainbow colors. What does that say?
She gives us a good wave.
She's such a good friend to all the community. At one event I went to, somebody said, Nancy, do you like what Donna's wearing? We were wearing the same suit. That was
We have to mention this, though. House Speaker, she made a big promise that once she was back in power, the promise is that she would pass the Equal Rights Amendment. And that has happened in the House. We made history. It goes to the Senate. Hopefully it passes. But what that would mean is full federal protections for LGBTQ people in all 50 states.
Wow.
And that was her promise, and she got it through the House of Representatives. So now let's see what the Senate does.
Pretty amazing, and glad to see her back home to celebrate with the Bay Area. We have a big crowd coming, and I can read the sign from here. It's a name you're going to hear a lot of in the next 18 months or so. Kamala Harris, of course, and she threw him a fastball this week, didn't
No
she?
question. And she's been I know that she's been in the Bay Area for the past couple of days, doing different speaking engagements and getting her word out there, no question. And she as well has been a friend to the LGBTQ community and obviously a friend here in the Bay Area as well.
Look at her. Oh, she looks so happy, surrounded by really true friends and supporters. She's been a personal friend of mine for years, and I just wish her the very best with this race. I just finished her book, and one of the best quotes was, I don't want her children and grandchildren to ask us what it was like. I want them to find out what we did. Get involved, participate.
Pretty amazing, and what a career as well. State Attorney General, she officiated the first same-sex marriage in San Francisco. In 2017, she co-sponsored the Therapeutic Fraud Prevention Act, which would ban conversion therapy nationwide. She's making her name known, I'll tell you that. And the rest of the country is now hearing about her and seeing her. And this is going to shape up into an amazing race for whoever wins that Democratic nomination.
No question. And Donna and Kamala are having a little moment here.
Yeah.
Go all the way. Go all the way.
That jacket is awesome.
I think
I'm going to get that from her. And her husband's there with her. She's leading a tough race.
We'll never forget Kamala, of course, also for being such a supporter of not being able to use the gay panic excuse. There was a case in California, Northern California, a trans teenager, Gwen Araujo, was murdered, and they tried to use the panic defense. And she's been one of the leaders who has been vocal about not being able to use that as an excuse.
It's interesting, this year, I know next year it's going to probably be even more so, but with the political season ramping up right now, it seems like every season gets earlier and earlier. Does this parade, do you think that that's going to be a predominant theme coming into this next election? And do you want it to be that way?
I think that, wow, how many presidential candidates are there as far as like the Democratic Party? All of them. They're all going to have, LGBTQ issues will be pushed to the forefront on their campaign. But some of the key issues, like I had mentioned, women's rights, immigrant rights, people of color rights, these are all LGBTQ rights as well.
And get involved. That's the message. Get involved wherever you are.
Yep. Pretty amazing campaign. It was came out with a bang.
That was
and then
just about a
went
city
to sleep
block.
and that woke up again.
Yeah, no question. Here we have Alaska
Music.
Airlines. They're bringing the music.
So I believe on their float they have Amara La Negra, who will be performing at the main stage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's Franco Finn. You'll recognize his voice if you don't know him, but he is the Warriors' voice.
There you go.
There's Hype Man.
Yes.
And we want to mention that Alaska Airlines is also a top sponsor of this year's Pride Parade.
Yeah, they've been a longtime supporter of the LGBT community and remains committed to a more equitable society, especially on the 50th anniversary.
All right, we're going to continue our live streaming coverage of the 49th San Francisco Pride Parade. We're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. If you're watching us around the country, talk to us on KPIX.com. We'll be right back.